Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Friday the 28th of April 2023. We start off with news of the big game of the day. The under-21s winning away at Wigan. No, I'm only joking. It's Millwall defeat Blackpool and breathless championship encounter. This is from millfc.co.uk. It's the match report of tonight's game. Millwall won 3-2. It was the kind of game I was expecting. If you watched the video yesterday and you managed to make it to the end, congratulations, because I'm not the easiest person to listen to. I said it would be like this, and fair play to Gary Rowett for changing the formation, changing the personnel. As I said, we were playing square pegs in round holes, and it just wasn't working. And if you need to change your formation to suit the players that you've got, then do it. And he did it, and it worked. But yeah, I said it was my prediction yesterday at the end of yesterday's video was that Blackpool would win 3-2. Ended up being the other way around. Millwall won 3-2. So I don't know if you can tell by my voice, but I'm very happy about that. Yeah, we now have to wait because obviously we are relying on other results. So those come tomorrow. There is a game on Monday. It's obviously Bank Holiday Monday, and it's the evening game again. Blackburn are playing away at Luton, I believe. So we have to wait for that one as well. But yeah, we won. We won, so the season's not over. Millwall defeat Blackpool 3-2 in the Sky Bet Championship on Friday night. Tom Bradshaw's 16th and 17th goals of the campaign, and Zion Flemming's 15th from the spot. Down the Tangerines, despite Jerry Yates' first half spot kick and Luis Fiorini's amazing second half thunderbolt. Gary Rowett made 3 changes to his starting 11 at Bloomfield Road as Jamie Shackleton, Ryan Leonard and Duncan Watmore came in at the expense of Danny McNamara, Oliver Burke, and Scott Malone. And they all played absolutely brilliantly. Shackleton set out that first goal, conceded the penalty, but that was bullshit. That was a penalty. It absolutely wasn't a penalty. Yeah, Ryan Leonard as well on the overlap gets across in playing centre back because the formation apparently according to Gary Rowett was 3-4-3. So but it's effectively 5-2-3, 3-4-3/5-2-3. But yeah, the players that came in were absolutely brilliant. Ryan Leonard, how has he not got a new contract yet? I don't know. He's in the prime of his footballing career, and he doesn't have a contract next season. Now maybe he's waiting to see what offers he get. Maybe he wants a hefty pay rise because he knows he's in the prime of his career, and Millwall probably are wondering if they can afford that. You would imagine that someone like Ipswich, if they went up, they could probably try and sign Ryan Leonard. And that's closer to where he lives as well, so there's that. But anyway, moving on. A place which Tyler Berry was named amongst. Yeah, Tyler Berry makes it back on the bench. The Lions cheaply lost possession in the opening seconds and almost allowed Keshi Anderson to run on goal, but he was snuffed out by the defender of Sean Hutchinson. Just a minute later, however, Millwall were in front as a move involving Shackleton, Leonard and Bradshaw was finished off by the centre-back's cross and the Welshman's tidy finish. The visitors remained on top and comfortable following that strike without testing Dan Grimshaw further, but Bradshaw almost doubled his tally on 15 minutes as he looked fire past the onlooking goalkeeper, the ball whistling just wide of the post though. George Long's darting pass then sent the striker away 4 minutes later, but failed to gain clean control of the ball and slashed a left-footed effort wide. Watmore then struck the post, indeed, as the Lions continued to look for more, with players queuing up at the back post to send the ball home on the half hour, but the attack was to end with Callum Styles blazing over. Blackpool's first effort of the game came with 34 minutes on the clock, but after a breakaway saw Morgan Rogers hit one from the edge of the box. Long was equal to it. Seconds later, meanwhile, the Tangerines with a questionable penalty after Shackleton was judged to have committed a foul. Yates equalising down the middle. Watmore's jinking run saw the forward fire over as half-time approached, with Rogers shooting just wide at the other end as the sides went in level at the break. The Lions started the second half brightly and could have retaken the lead less than 2 minutes in, after Watmore's skill led to a cross. Simon Fleming's back post header cross goal saw no Millwall man there to tap home. Rogers' dipping effort went just over as the game began to become stretched on the 55-minute mark before a flying Millwall move allowed Jake Cooper to cross for Fleming. His attempt was deflected, however, Grimshaw claiming. With just under an hour played, the Lions were back in front as Bradshaw took advantage of a loose ball to nip in and lift over the goalkeeper for his 17th strike of the campaign. On 67 minutes, Mill found themselves pegged back again, though, as Fiorini's long-range effort beat long. The ebb and flow of the game continued with 74 minutes played as the Lions were awarded a penalty kick after Watmore was brought down in the box. Fleming stepping up, finding the net despite Grimshaw guessing right. McNamara and Malone replaced the tireless Shackleton and Styles as the game ended its final 10 minutes, with Bury and Burke also adding fresh legs in attack. Hello, Mason Bennett? You forgot Mason Bennett? Mason Bennett came on at the same time as... It's funny, watching the game, I was saying, like, after about 66 minutes, like you need to make some changes now. They keep coming at us. We need to hit them on the break. So Bradshaw was a bit knackered. This was before he scored that 17th goal, I think. So I was saying, like, bring Mason Bennett on for Bradshaw and bring Bury on for Watmore. Not because they just because they were running out of gas, because they were doing a lot of work. But yeah, and he did do that. He also brought Burke on someone, I can't remember who. But we'll find out later because it should be underneath. 9 minutes of added time, which quickly turns into 12 following an injury, was signalled by the fourth official following numerous second half stoppages, with Bury exercising the pace to burst the box in the ninth for them. A combination of the sub, Burke and Saville could not force a fourth. That was weird. So their guy, it looked like he got cramped, but I think he got a serious injury. So he hobbles over to the side, and he's 30 centimetres away from the touchline, and he just plots himself down. Like, bruh, your side are losing, they need to win to stay in the league, and you sit on the pitch, wasting time. Get off the pitch, let your team play on, and try and let them score. Like, if that was a Millwall player, I'd be doing my fucking nut. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man? You're just sitting on the fucking pitch when your team needs to win. What the fuck was that? But yeah, this weird thing as well was the referee. For some reason, the referee's shirt was the same colour, exact same colour as the goalkeeper shirt of Blackpool. Like, bro, are you fucking blind? I know you're a referee, and that's like a common trope. That gets mentioned, but seriously, can you not see that it's the same colour? So either tell him to change his shirt, or you change your shirt, or just put your tracky top back on. That's like, what the fuck was that? But yeah, that player, I don't know who he was. He just fucked his team over by doing that. If I was the manager, I would have run around there and told him to get the fuck off the pitch so we could carry on. But hey, it helped us out, didn't it? So after 12.5 minutes, referee Matthew Donoghue blew time on a breathless encounter that moves Millwall back into the top six. Moves Millwall up to fifth. Temporarily, mind. We have to wait. Like I said, we have to wait to see tomorrow's results. What are they going to be? What are Sunderland going to do? What Coventry going to do? We know what Millwall done. They went there and won. This is weird. So they completely, they didn't put Bennett coming on to the pitch. He came on for Bradshaw. Oh, Burke came on for Fleming. Bennett came on for Bradshaw. So whoever wrote this match report, they missed off one of the players. Yeah, the team was Long, Shackleton, Hutchinson, Cooper, Styles, Saville, Mitchell, Leonard, Fleming, Bradshaw, and Watmore. And it was basically a 4-3-4-3. Three centre backs being Hutch, Leonard, and Cooper. And Styles was the left wing back. Shackleton was the right wing back. So McNamara dropped for Shackleton because we needed to win the game and we needed someone at our right wing back position that was more attacking and could do more on the ball going forward, and that's what he done. Shackleton, amazing stuff to set up that first goal. Absolutely brilliant. So, but then I think in a touch of like, okay, now we need to defend. You see McNamara and Malone come on, Styles and Shackleton. It's like, okay, the two attacking players at wing back. Okay, thank you, you did your jobs. Now we got to bring on the defensive ones. So yeah, McNamara comes on for Shackleton on the 81 minutes. Malone comes on for Styles. Burke came on for Fleming on the 86th minute. Bury came on for Watman on the 86th minute. Mason Bennett came on for Bradshaw on the 86th minute. And the unused subs were Biakovsky and Vogelsammer. And yeah, no SA. Don't know if he's injured. He didn't play for the under 21s today. But I think this is a bit of a high pressure game for him, and you don't really want to throw him into this. So fair play Gary Rowett for managing the team there. So 1,249 Millwall fans there. You very loud. You could hear them coming through on the Sky Sports broadcast. Very loud. Fair play to you. Good stuff. Good stuff. Now it's going to be a full house next Monday against Blackburn Rovers. And it's still all to play for. It's set up to be an absolute peach of a game. Obviously, we wait for tomorrow's results, but it could be a playoff to get in the playoffs. Or if they all... I don't think we can secure our place. I'm not going to bother showing you the table today because, like I said, the games are happening tomorrow. So after that, I'll show you and we'll have a good look at it in tomorrow's video. But moving on to the comments that popped up straight away after the game. This is from londonnewsonline.co.uk, South London Press's online website. Millwall boss explains thinking behind formation shift and crucial 3-2 win over Blackpool. Yeah, I think he watched my video. Maybe he did, I don't know, but maybe we just think the same. But or maybe one of the coaches watched the video. Barrett, maybe Alan Barrett told him. Gary Rowett explained his formation switch for Millwall's 3-2 win at Blackpool that fired new life into their championship playoff push. The Lions are back up to 5th in the league after taking 3 points in Lancashire. The result relegated the hosts to League One. Tom Bradshaw scored twice for the South Londoners, with Zion Fleming's penalty proving crucial, but twice the Tangerines fought their way back. Jerry Yates converted from the spot. Yeah, we know all that. Luis Fiorino also beat George Long with a wicked low strike from the edge of the box, but then turned villain after Duncan Watmore inside the box, Fleming holding his nerve. Rowett had shifted the Lions to a 3-4-3 formation, which had Ryan Leonard on the right of the defensive line, with James Shackleton and Callum Styles as wing backs. It was always going to be a difficult game, Millwall boss Rowett told Sky Sports. Blackpool had nothing to lose. They had to win the game. Their forwards were bright. The front four made the game almost have a little bit of a swing to it. We started really well. I changed formation. I took a bit of a gamble. I just felt I needed to change the team's psychology. We hadn't been performing well and looked a bit edgy. I just needed something to change their mentality. We played it very well. We scored a goal, a good goal. And there's some moments of real adversity in the game for us because I didn't think it was a penalty. It was two players coming together. The game like this, you have to be certain. To go 1-1, and then we looked a little bit nervous probably for the rest of the half. We managed to get back together and scored some very good goals. We're 44 games into the season, and the biggest thing is that we've been here for 3 years consistently. It's the first season that we've actually handled getting into the top 6 and staying in top 6. The bit we haven't done yet is the end bit, which is winning the games when the pressure's on. And that's part of our learning curve, the next step for our team. Some games you're going to do it, and some games you're not, and it's very difficult to find a perfect solution for that. We've got to handle the game. I thought we just about handled the game tonight. We gave ourselves a chance. More to follow. Yeah, so there you go. Moving on to... So obviously this was pulled from, I think the interview that he gave to the Sky Sports cameras. So they could get something up quickly rather than wait for the post-match press conference that he gives to the written press. Millwall boss makes light-hearted comment after Tom Bradshaw delivers in front of Sky Sports cameras once again. Gary Rowett is hoping that the Sky Sports cameras will be at the Den for the Championship finale against Blackburn Rovers, with Tom Bradshaw keeping up his impressive record when the broadcasters cover their matches. How many games do they usually show? It's 2 or 3, isn't it? I think it's got to be, isn't it? Especially if Blackburn are still in with a chance. We're still in with a chance. You would imagine it would be one of them. Burnley are promoted. Sheffield United are promoted. Middlesbrough and Luton are guaranteed 3rd or 4th. It's just a relegation, I suppose. But they don't really like showing that because it's kind of like it's like 2 bald men fighting over cones. It's like 2 losers. Like who's the least biggest loser? Like you're at the bottom of the table. So I'm guaranteed like they should be putting the games on that are about getting into the playoffs, because they've got the playoffs. That is one of their biggest games for the championship. So you would think it would almost certainly be on. I hope so, because it's sold out and you can't get a ticket for love nor money now. If we had lost today, you wouldn't had a problem. But the Wales international scored 2 hat-tricks when the Lions have been live, and Bradshaw helped himself to 2 more goals tonight, taking his season's tally to 17. The Millwall number 9 could have had the chance of another batch more. Zion Fleming stepped up to score from the penalty spot, put the South London club ahead for the 3rd time on a topsy-turvy evening on the Lancashire coast. Fleming, a club record signing from Fortuna Sittard last summer, is on 15 goals in his maiden campaign in English football. Millwall's victory, their 19th of the championship season, ensures that they are right in the mix for the playoffs ahead of the final match at home to Blackburn a week on Monday. Rowett told Sky Sports, "There's no easy way for a club like ours to do it. Steve knows that." Steve Morrison was on the Sky Sports panel. "We're a hard-working team. We're never going to go and just outplay teams. I keep saying it to the players. You look at teams like Norwich, West Brom and Watford. They've struggled to get points at this stage of the season. With the players, they cost an awful lot more than our players. But what we've got is a real honesty and fight in there. If you look at the finishes tonight, we showed some real good quality." Mills first saw Rhineland burst forward from his defensive role, produce a low cross Bradshaw to finish a first time. Duncan Watmore was a provider for the second, slipping the Mill striker through to coolly dink over Daniel Grimshaw. "That's something we worked on with the back 3. Lenny's the one to step in and almost make the overload down the side," said Rowett, asked about the early opener. "Coops, we wanted to sit a little bit safer. It's a good run by Lenny. He's got loads of energy. It's a good finish by Bradders. I'm just hoping you guys are here next week. I'm gonna tell him you are even if you're not. He only scores on Sky at the moment. It's a really good controlled finish. His second one as well was almost an even better finish, calm. It was a great ball by Duncan Watmore. It was by far his best game for us. He showed real quality. It takes a little bit of courage to find that right finish. Him and Zion scoring again. It's been a consistent Back to us this season. We need big players at this part of the season to go and win the games. Fleming's 75th minute spot kick sealed only Mill's second win in their last 8 fixtures. Vogie's our usual penalty taker, but he wasn't on the pitch, said Rowett. Big players have to step up, and if they don't, then you don't deserve to get in the top 6. It's a good composed finish. I would have been going absolutely crazy if Bradshaw had attempted to take it. Bradders is a team player, though. It probably didn't enter into his mind. He's so unselfish, the way he works and runs. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have dared to do that. They've got 4 days off now, so they'd have found out pretty soon that they'd been in tomorrow. So they got 4 days off. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So they're back in Wednesday. Cool. Nice one. So usually these stories would get missed, but obviously the match has been played before the game. This was written before the game. It's, what do you think? We'll read it in what do you think? It's from londonnewsonline.co.uk. Again, the South London Press's website. Full-blooded. Gary Rowett outlines approach for Blackpool clash with Millwall looking to climb back into the top 6. Gary, so this is a preview, remember? Gary, so we're going back. This is a prequel, as you were. Gary Rowett wants his Millwall side to be full-blooded in their approach to tonight's clash at Blackpool. The Lions needed to win, climb back into the Championship playoffs. The South Londoners head to Bloomfield Road, 7th in the table after dropping out of the top 6 last weekend, following their 2 defeat at the bottom of the table. Wigan Athletic, dropping points against the Latics, allowed Sunderland and Coventry to climb above Millwall in the table. To be honest, recent results haven't been enough to keep us in the top 6, Rowett told the South London Press. It was only because other teams have done the same. If you look at a lot of the other teams around us, quite a lot of them haven't been able to win games. You might get away with 2 or 3 games when you don't get a result, but when that becomes 4 or 5, you're not going to keep doing that. Deservedly so, we're out of the top 6 and we have to fight to get back in it. I don't necessarily think it was a surprise. We're going to have to keep an eye on the results this week to see where that leaves us by the time we play Friday. We've got to win the game against Blackpool. If we don't, we're probably going into the last game with nothing to play for, which would be disappointing. Because you're in it and you drop out, it might add a negative perspective in some ways. After losing players and having some really key injuries all the way through the season, and particularly at the end point, to look at the league and say we're joint 6 with 2 games left, I personally think it's something to be really proud of, and the players should be proud of it. What we've got to do now is to dig in and fight for what we want. We've got to show a little bit of what Wigan and teams like that have shown recently to go and get the result. What we can't do is play with a little bit of fear. We have to be full-blooded and be really committed to win the next game. Millwall have only won 2 of their last 8 out of the Championship, host fellow playoff hope Blackburn on the final day at the Den. Our mindset has to switch, said Rowett. We need something that will flick a switch that gets that little spark and gets on the front foot in some of our performances. It happens at this stage of the season, but our focus really is about what we have to do to get that back. If that's dropping out of the top 6, we'll find out. We'll find out what the players' response is and our response as a group and as a team. But what I will say is that we will do it together. We will fight hard to do it. You can't question this team's character because we're in the position we're in. The last little bit is the hardest bit to do. Look at West Brom, Watford and Norwich, teams with much bigger budgets than ours. And they're having the same issues. We've got to put the foot on the accelerator now and start to really attack these last couple of games. So that was said by Rowett before the game. And I think, it's come to pass. Full-blooded, yeah. Focus, yeah. And, committed, yeah. That is what we saw tonight. Now, moving on to this, an interview again this morning. Callum Styles, which I think was mentioned by the commentary team. Sky's commentary team. So this is from the Southern News.co.uk. Mill's Callum Styles talks through difficult injury that ruled him out for 12 weeks. The Barnsley loanee admitted that he struggled mentally while sidelined with a quad injury that he picked up at the start of the year. January 21st was a significant date in Callum Styles' career as a footballer. The Hungarian international was not overly injury prone until he arrived at the Denmark home from League One outfit Barnsley last summer. but even then he has only faced a handful of minor niggles that kept him out for a couple of weeks at most. However, he did significant damage to his squad in the 1-0 win away at Cardiff City, ruling him out for 12 weeks as a result. I haven't had an injury like that ever in my career, he told me. I played the full game, but I felt a little bit of pain in my thigh midway through. As athletes and footballers, you feel aches and pains, but you get on with most of them. Some can be too much where you have to stop, but I'm a player that when I feel something, I just try to get through it as best as I can. I think I've got higher pain threshold. With this one though, I knew I had to get it checked out. I only expected it to be like a little 2 or 3 week injury. Then I received the news that it was like a 12-week plus injury, and that was very uncommon. I was so confused because it didn't feel like that. And that's the thing that hurt me the most. It didn't feel like that bad of an injury. But because it was rare injury, I had to look after it well. I've still got to keep on top of it and hopefully stay fit as long as possible. Being away from action during such a big period was hard for Styles, who missed Mill's incredible run in February that propelled them towards the top end of the table. While everyone was enjoying their football and there was an overwhelming positive buzz around them, he was forced to stay inside and recover, which proved to be incredibly difficult. Oh, it was tough for me for the first 6 weeks because I couldn't really do anything, he admitted. That was the toughest part because I'm always wanting to do stuff, to be in the gym and whatnot. For me, to watch the league carry on and not being able to play or do anything, it felt like everything was against me. To be fair, I did struggle a little bit mentally, but then you overcome it. And when you've been down, you get over it. You can see the bigger picture. As soon as I could start my proper rehab in the gym and get my strength back, I got to work straight away and kept myself busy to get through it. I worked very hard to get my fitness up. I think the coaches saw that. I was always eager to get back as quick as I could. Sometimes I was a bit too stupid and the physios, they had to pull me back. It was good to be able to get straight back in because I've been out for so long and I missed it. Coming on against Birmingham, it was another result that we didn't need. I felt good starting against Wigan, but again, the result didn't go our way. It's bittersweet. I'm so glad to be back playing and feeling good, but the 2 defeats have killed my return a little bit. I was obviously hoping to return, play and win. That was the main goal. I've out at the half of that, so I'm happy. But we need to start winning. Well, we won today, and Callum Styles played pretty decently. Played his part. So well done there. Well done. Now moving on to obviously 2 games today. The under-21s themselves winning 3-2. Was that an omen? Oh. Yeah, this is from millfc.co.uk. It's a match report. Featuring, I believe, a Damian Maku's first goal. So Mill under-21s were 3-2 winners at Wigan Athletic in the Professional Development League on Friday afternoon. After falling behind twice, sounds familiar, goals from Damian Maku and Frankie Vid brought the Lions on level terms. Nana Boateng, however, put Kevin Nugent's side in front with 20 minutes to play. Mill seen the game out to claim points. The Lions are now 8 points in front of second place Bristol City in the southern section, but whilst Millwall only have 1 match to play before the playoffs, the Robins have 3 and can therefore still catch Nugent's outfit. Millwall under-21s finished their 22-23 Professional Development League campaign with a home match against Sheffield Wednesday on Friday the 5th of May, which, as of time of recording, was set to be played at Mill's training ground, which is understandable because you do not want to fuck the pitch up for the big game against Blackpool on Monday. The Mill team was as follows: Wright, Walker, Adam Malaki, Smith, Vid, Ockley, Allen, Lawson, Imaku in the first half, Abdul Malik, Leahy, and the subs were Boateng on 46 minutes for Imaku, Cotton on the 55 minutes for Allen, and Stevenson on the 73 minutes for Leahy, and the unused substitute was George Evans, the goalkeeper. So there you go, and just to finish the video, we will be looking at the table as it stands. 1 more game to go. So as you can see, so this is the northern section. Actually, so we've got Burnley and Hull can still finish second. So Millwall, if they win their group, will play the team in the northern section who finishes second. It might be Wigan, who they just beat 3-2. or it could be Hull, or it could be Burnley. Not likely to be Coventry, so there you go. But Millwall, as they stand, are top of the table, 8 points. Obviously, as they've said, Bristol can get 9 points because there's 3 games left. So you just need Bristol to drop 2 points, and or basically 1 point because they probably can't catch us on goal difference. So yeah, if they drop a point, we're going to finish top of the table. So there you go. And on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.